Y'all can hear me okay? When you got no grit on your top lines, you're screwed. What an embarrassment. The Leafs need grit. Simmons fight. That actually sucked. Richie boy already tired of losing, and it's game 6. Oh boy, am I glad you're here, Richie boy. Am I glad you're here for this then? Where was the heart, brother? Okay. Get it all out. Get it all out now. This one sucked. I've seen the same play twice today. Marlies lost 7-3 earlier. Yo, I'm so pissed. I don't even watch the game because work, but I know it was brutal, says Roser Boy. Guys, did it suck? Yeah, it sucked. It sucked, man. There's some shaky goals from Jack Campbell, okay? Some shaky goals from Jack Campbell. Some shaky defense. Guys, there's lots of stuff that bother me about tonight's game. A lot of stuff that bothered me about tonight's game. And I don't think some of you realize how serious this is. Okay? Some of you in the chat right now, I don't think you realize how serious a loss like this is. Do you know how serious it is? Do you know how serious it is? It's not. It's not. Hello? Wake up. Hello? This is serious? This is serious? Come on. Yeah, it's a 7-1 blowout. It sucked. They did lots of things wrong. They did lots of things wrong tonight. Guys, whatever happened to the 10-game rule? I mean, have you guys watched hockey before? Is this your first time around? How many years do we have to see the same stories of like Leafs getting off to a rocky start, Montreal getting off to a rocky start, Buffalo Sabres looking like absolute champions in the beginning? It's the same thing every year, all right? It doesn't mean anything. It could stay that way. It totally could. Or it could completely flip the script around by the end of the season. We're not 10 games in. Whatever happened to the 10-game rule? You don't know what you have until you're 10 games in. You don't. You don't know the new combination of the roster. Sure, it's the same core, but guys are coming in and out at all times. They need to figure out a way to play together every season. Some teams get it quicker than others. It happens. And I'd rather have a 7-1 loss now in game 6 of the season than game 81 when we're trying to make the playoffs. Come on. Show some fortitude, man. Y'all wusses. Y'all wusses. Oh, I chugged the bottle there. Chugged the bottle. I'm sorry, no disrespect to anyone in the chat. You know I love it when you guys come out, and I don't mind you guys saying all the stuff you're saying. I'm not here to actually beef with you on that. That was almost too much. Oh. Hey, first time chat. Lock Monster. Yeah, see, well, stuff like this rears its head later. Does it? Does it? Sometimes. But sometimes they fix things. Things get fixed over the course of a season, right? They just do. They just do. So we can't be stressed by this, guys. We can't be stressed. You know what I mean? You're going to have some tough games. And the fact that they're getting them out of the way early on. Guys, Montreal is struggling. Do you see what I'm saying? Montreal is struggling. Now, from what I saw right before we began, I think they were doing pretty well tonight. But even Montreal, understand, I'm saying this with the blue and white. I'm speaking to Montreal fans right now, too. Some of you also can't hack it. Some of you Montreal fans are just as bad as some of us Leafs fans. All right, you got Montreal fans, too. I'm telling you right now. Game 10. Game 10. Show me where they all are in 10 games total, okay? Game 10. And then let's see. Look, some of you are going to be dead on right about what you're seeing right now. Some of you are already making assumptions about the Leafs and other teams 10 games in. We're not even there yet, and you're already making assumptions, and some of you are going to be right. But people writing those birth signs in the newspapers and stuff, sometimes they're right too. It doesn't mean it's a legit science. It doesn't mean you know anything. It doesn't mean that. You know what I mean? Like right now, you're saying Muzzin is awful. Muzzin's been great for us. He kicked it in his own net tonight. It happens. Especially when they play the puck instead of the man, like I always say. But that's the entire league seems to be like that now. Very few times are people consistently covering the front of the net the way I want. But you can watch the footage. I've said that a bunch of times. Overall, Muzzin's one of our best guys. He's one of our best right now. And all he did was kick the puck in his own net. I mean, there was turnovers and lots of other stuff too. They sucked. They sucked. Have you guys ever sucked at stuff for a day? You know what I mean? Like your job or whatever. Have you guys ever just sucked for a day? And has it ever happened to you and you go into work and it turns out everybody else sucks that day too? For whatever external reason? You know what I mean? For any external reason? Anything could be happening to these guys off the ice. Now, it's no excuse. You still have a job to do. Just like when I screw up at work, I got a job to do too. I can't use that as an excuse. Right? I can't do that. But it happens sometimes. So, like, seriously, we could sit here and pick apart all the different mistakes that were going on tonight. I mean, there were some weak calls near the end, so to speak, is what the announcers were acting like and everything against Toronto for the penalties and stuff like that. I don't buy it. Because what happened is the boys got down, so they got frustrated, and they started to take their frustrations out on the Pittsburgh Penguins by getting elbows up, sticks into the ribs, whatever else. I understand, I think there was a high stick early on John Tavares. I didn't see it. I wasn't in the room, and they never showed me the replay anytime I was watching, so I didn't get to see it. So maybe that was a little something, right? But straight up, like, you can't be down that much and then not expect to take penalties if you start hacking and slashing. Refs just want the game over by that point. They don't want you to escalate things. You know what I mean? If it's 3-2, a lot of those calls wouldn't have happened for Toronto, I think. They would have let some of that go. I really think they would have. But it's 7-1. Knock off the nonsense. Right? If you have frustrations, handle it the way Wayne Simmonds handled it. That's all I'm saying. Handle it the way Wayne Simmonds handled it. It was a beautiful thing. That's how you let a team know, hey, look, I know you're up right now by a lot, but you don't get to disrespect us. Wayne Simmonds, I love the guy, and this is why, okay? But as far as all the other Leafs, I can bet you they know more mess-ups tonight than you do. Whatever you're going through your little checklist and all the other channels and stuff like that doing this stuff, you're going to go through your little checklist and feel smart that you called out the turnovers, or you called over the weak goaltending on some goals, or you called out the lack of offense. I shouldn't say offense, they had a ton of shots. They were on pace for 45 at one point. Still got up there, way up there for shots. They're not scoring. I get it. That sucks. And they got to figure that out. It's no doubt. They really do. They have to figure that out. But all I'm saying is you're not smart for pointing that out. Nobody is. Not even the people on TSN and stuff like that. They're not smart for pointing that out. Everybody knows that. This is one that if you're a coach in the NHL, you go, well, rough weekend, eh, boys? And you toss it. You don't even look at it again. They're not going to be that bad every game. They're not. But it's going to happen sometimes. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there was some bad goaltending tonight. Jack Campbell still got a long way to go to prove that he's a number one. Even last season, okay, he stepped up as a number one when called upon and held it down, man. He set an NHL record. I mean, the guy played great, and he deserves to be our number one this year. But he's never been a number one for a whole season. We still don't know about this guy. From what I'm seeing, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's going to have a game or two like this, especially while he's ironing things out. But I think he's going to be just fine. I think he's done enough to at least win me over in terms of cheering for him. You know what I mean? What's the harm in it? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Who cares? But at least I think he can do it. I think Campbell can be this guy. But he's going to have some rocks along the way. Some rocky stretches along the way. Are you with him or are you not, man? Because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of fans that before we even hit 10 games, I mean, is this for you? Is this for you? I'm just saying. Prove me wrong, okay? Y'all say that about the Leafs all the time. Well, they should prove me wrong. Well, you guys can prove me wrong. Okay? Can you get on a positive tip before it's too late? Because I tell you, if it gets out of hand, there's no coming back. And the fans can throw gasoline on that fire real quick. Right? I believe, I agree, with Richie Boy here saying that the Spezza's the oldest and leading by example right now. Absolutely. And that's why you want a guy like that. So that when you're going through these rough patches, they don't completely fall apart. You watch. Tell me where we're at in 10 games. At game 10, I should say, right? Tell me where we're at game 10. And then, hey, if they're looking like garbage, they're looking like garbage. We'll deal with that. You know? So that's what I think. Let's get into what you guys think. But at the same time, while we talk about that stuff, why don't we actually... I know what we'll do. Since we didn't do the stream last night, okay, why don't we get into a little of this? Ooh! Halloween theme! All right, so for all you people out on YouTube, you should be joining us live because we combine things and we have a lot of fun. We're about to talk about sports with all these lovely people like Hockey for You, Lock Monster, Will Pattersoni, Jay plays. You know what I mean? We got lots of people. AKZ was kicking around earlier, I think I saw. You're missing it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, figure it out, okay? Figure it out. This is where we're at after every game, most of the time. Hey, life happens, okay? But thanks for coming out, guys. So let's get into the gaming stuff now.